Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another horror movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Warlock, the Armageddon, released in 1993, directed by Anthony Hickox, from a script by Kevin Rock. Starring Julian Sands, Chris Young, Paula Marshall, Joanna Pacula, Steve Kahan, R.G. Armstrong, Charles Hallahan, Bruce Glover, Davis Gaines, and Dawn Ann Billings. Now, this is kind of a sequel in name only. The only thing that carries over from the original film is Julian Sands playing this Warlock character. And his character is pretty much similar to the way he was in the original film, which I just reviewed on the channel. If you haven't seen that review, check it out in the link above. But I kind of like parts of Julian Sands' performance in this one better than the original even. I think he has even more of a seductive charm to him. He's still got that unconventional, wow, he's gonna just kill somebody, no issues.
I can't see my hair. Oh, it must look awful, doesn't it? How does it look?
Here, see yourself.
But he just has some really sensual, cool charm about him that makes him just so cool as a character. In this one, our hero is Chris Young's character of Kenny Travis. And I like Chris Young as an actor, and I think he does a pretty good job in this film. His love interest is Paula Marshall, who plays a character named Samantha Ellison. Now, the plot storyline here is that the Warlock has been reborn. He is the devil's son, and he is wanting to resurrect his father. And the only thing standing in his way are two warriors from a druid faction. And these two warriors don't even know they're warriors, and it turns out they are Kenny and Samantha. And the standouts for me, though, are that, those two were not really that interesting. But Kenny's father is played by Steve Kahan, who most of you will know from the Lethal Weapon films as Captain Murphy. And he plays Will. And his character, alongside R.G. Armstrong's Franks, these characters are what makes this really interesting and fun. I love the moment when R.G. Armstrong's Franks is saying that
says there's a spell that'll hurt him. It says here that you can damage a warlock.
He's got this, looks like a leaf in everything, and he's taken this special thing that he's, as a druid, he's come up with, and he's poking it. And as he's poking it, we are seeing that it is actually hurting Julian Sands' Warlock. But he doesn't realize this, of course. And he just keeps poking it and everything. And Steve Kahan's character of Will, unfortunately, convinces him that we need to find another way to do this. And he gives it up, but then he has this moment where he's like so frustrated.
I feel so damn helpless. Damn.
I absolutely love that scene, and the reactions from Julian Sands' Warlock character was just, it's just so great. It's moments like that that you really, really appreciate Anthony Hickox as a director on this one. I've always liked his directorial style, and he just embodies this film with a completely different feel than what Steve Miner did in the original film. But he also, with the introduction to Julian Sands' Warlock character, where he is reborn in this woman, Dawn Ann Billings' character of Amanda Sloan's body. He basically, when an eclipse happens, she, falls back and becomes pregnant instantly, and he comes out of her body because she's wearing this certain pendant. And before that, she's waiting for a boyfriend to show up. And after Julian Sands' Warlock is born, and he finishes killing off Amanda, there's a knock on the door, and the boyfriend is here. And the boyfriend ends up being...
Surprise! Who the hell are you?
Black.
Yeah. Zack Galligan makes a really small cameo in this. Prior to this film, he had already worked with Anthony Hickox on the Waxwork films. So I guess this was just kind of Zack Galligan's fun favor to him, playing this, cameo in here. So that was nice and fun. I got a chuckle out of that. But I just love that this film actually gives Steve Kahan, playing the character of Will, it gives him one of his bigger roles that he's ever got in a film. And he really does what he can with this role. I mean, I love it. And his interactions with R.G. Armstrong's Franks is just so priceless and so cool. Now, the character played by Charles Hallahan, Ethan Larson, is there at the beginning with Will Franks. And they were wanting to have Ted, Samantha's father, played by Bruce Glover there, but he has become a priest and has distanced himself from the Druid lifestyle. So they are alone, the three of them are. Now, Ethan ends up taking the dagger, which is the only thing that can kill the Warlock, and he takes it in a bid to try and kill the Warlock. And we don't see him again until a little bit later, when he pops up in a scene where he's in an elevator with the Warlock, and he realizes the Warlock is there, and he tries to attempt to kill him, and we don't see him get killed. We just hear a scream from within the elevator, but it was just a total waste of this character, and he's a really good actor, but I don't understand why they did that with the character. I think that was bad writing decision by Kevin Rock. But another character that, just comes in for like one scene, and it's surprising because at the time she was pretty prominent in films, and that was Joanna Pacula's character of Paula Dare. She is this fashion model coordinator and everything, and it's a cool scene where he seductively takes her to the roof to try and get the other runestone from her, but it just wastes a really great little actress here in a nothing role. So I couldn't understand why they did that, but it happened. One other slight issue that I have with this film is kind of the dated effects. If you can look past that, it's not bad. It's a really good film. Now the original had some dated effects too, but in this one they try and do a lot more extravagant and over-the-top stuff with the effects, with the baseball and the dagger at the end. And I just think it would have been much better if they would have just tried to do more practical effects with these effects instead of trying these visual effects here that they weren't fully capable of doing yet at this point. This was 1993. But if you can look past those issues, Warlock, the Armageddon is a very, very worthy follow-up to the original. Like I said, it doesn't have much of a connection to the original, other than Julian Sands playing another great character as this Warlock. But it is just very well acted in, for the most part, throughout it. So, my final review of Warlock, the Armageddon. I'm going to give this one a 9.3 out of 10. It is a very entertaining sequel. And like I said, Anthony Hickox, we just lost him recently. And he's going to be missed because, I mean, he was such a... He never did do any real big blockbusters or anything like that. But the films that he did make, he just put his own stamp and style on them. And very underrated as a filmmaker, in my opinion. But, have you seen Warlock, the Armageddon? What did you think of it? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, why not click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan? If you become a member of the Dark Knight Fans Plus area, you will have access to a post that I will be doing where you can actually submit your own reviews that you want me to do on this channel, whether it be movies or TV shows. And when I do them, they will go exclusively in the members area for everyone to watch before they actually go live on the channel. And plus, Dark Knight Fans Plus gives you access to a huge library of my films, short films, behind the scenes, interviews, documentaries, audio commentaries. I mean, there is a plethora of stuff for you guys to watch on the Dark Knight Fans Plus. So if you were on the fence about it, check it out. Well, that's it for another horror movie night. If you missed last week's horror movie night video, you can check it out in the link above. Or if you have missed any of our videos on horror movie night, check out this playlist and you can check out anything that you've missed.